Hello everyone. I'm literally stood in my kitchen doorway and there's a man 2 doors down on a roof doing some hammering, so that's noisy. But it's a bit dark in here otherwise, so I'm not gonna talk for ages. You've just clicked on my 2024 reflection and 2025 goals, aspirations, getting through it, plan, video type thing. It was originally meant to be on the end of another video, but I cut that video in half, so it hasn't really got a proper opening. So here we are. Hello. I'm not going to talk anymore because we're just going to get into it, but I hope you enjoy and I hope you're good. Bye. It's quite a bit later now. We have been to soft play, which was such fun. I feel like Otis is at such a good age now where he actually can join in with the soft play and just have the best time. Like, obviously we've been taking him while he was younger and stuff, but it was more like in the baby bit, or you had to just fully carry him around the bigger bit. But now he just he's off, like, and he's so fast as well. Like, he needs a little hand up on some of the steps that are just too high for him to kind of get to the next level. But other than that, like, him and Buzz are just off, and me and Ollie are just like trying to catch up, and it was just a really nice morning. Ollie, I think, is about to deliver me a tea, which is lovely. But yeah, I am just in the caravan, which is somewhere that I don't come all that much at the minute. I tend to just work from my bedroom at the minute, because obviously it costs a lot to heat the caravan. We just use like a little plug-in heater, which is what this wire is here. It's just under the table next to me now. Oh, here comes my tea delivery. Got my tea. But yeah, I thought I would just come in here now to chat to you because I did go upstairs to film, but Otis is napping, which is fine. He sleeps through anything, to be honest. But then Buzz came upstairs and was playing with his emergency vehicles, and there was a lot of nee-naws going on. So I thought I'd escape to the caravan. I just wanted to have like a reflection on 2024 and also just looking forward into 2025. I did do a video like this last year. I would not watch it back. Like, it probably would make sense to, but I feel like I'd probably cringe, but also just maybe feel a bit disheartened that I hadn't achieved a lot of the stuff maybe that I wanted to. Like, to be honest, can't remember everything I said, but I know that there's definitely some things that haven't changed that I thought would have. I've made some notes on my phone. I guess I'll just start with me as the first topic. So I'm pretty sure I said in the video at the end of 2023 or at the start of 24 that I wanted to put myself first in terms of like health and fitness. I wanted to lose some weight and yeah, improve my mental health. I don't think I've done any of those things. My weight definitely hasn't been lost, and my mental health is a funny one. I think I definitely would like to start therapy again, and maybe that is something that I do have time for now. I think I was kidding myself before when I thought I had time to do that, and I know there'll be definitely people thinking, well, I managed to do it and everything like that, but it's one of those things that I just think everyone's circumstances are so different. I can't remember how long after having Otis I had this, maybe when I was about 4 months postpartum. It might have been longer, it might have been like 8 months, I really couldn't say, but I posted a selfie and my like belly bump, like I still had and still do have like a bump on some days, was on full show, like not out, I had clothes on, but someone commented basically saying like, this is not okay. Like, if you wanted to lose the weight, you would have, like, there's no such thing as a postpartum like belly like that. Like, I've lost my like weight and I'm in whatever size jeans and this and that, and it was a bit of an attack on me and my physical appearance and whatever else. And I guess as well, like, me as a person, because it's just like saying I'm lazy and everything like that, and that, you know, I've not made it happen. And yeah, like, I have been lazy. There's probably definitely times where I could have found the time to do things that would have benefited my body, of course. But it's one of those things where, like, I think someone sometimes can say something with the privilege of the situation that they're in. So yeah, they might have been able to get out and go to the gym 5 days a week or whatever, but they might also have a village of people who are there to look after their kids. I mean, she only had one little one, but like, the difference of, like, even just between me and my friends, like the little comments I hear them say where, oh, I had to quickly go and you know, run some errands, so I just dropped the kids to my mum's, or I had to go and do this, so I did that. Like, there's just that's like such a privilege. And don't get me wrong, like me having Ollie is a privilege. Like I know so many incredible women, and I see like online so incredible women who their partners like in the army, or you know, not around, or single mamas, whatever. Like we're all in our own situations, and I'm very grateful for mine, and I do have an incredible supportive husband, but that is pretty much as far as it goes in terms of a village. Pretty much, like we do have family who would be there if we asked, but they live very far away, and it would definitely be like a faff to arrange. It's not like a can text in the morning and say, oh, would you mind watching the kids for half an hour, you know, like. And so this definitely does sound like an excuse, I am aware, and it probably partly is, but it's not that easy for me to go and go to a gym or to do whatever. And I've tried like at home workouts and they're fine until one of the kids like just wants me to hold them the whole time. I mean, not Buzz, but Otis wants to be held, or I don't know, it's just not that easy. Or at least like it's not easy if you're not in the headspace of like really feeling ready to do it as well. And I think when I made the video last year, Otis was 5 months, which is still so little really, I think. And I think I was a bit optimistic, but now he is almost 18 months. I do feel like this is the year where I feel ready, and like truly, and like this is quite like a personal thing, I guess, but Buzz is starting school in September. Like I don't want to be the chunky mum at the school gates. I don't want his friends to say that he has a chunky mum. I don't know, and I know that doesn't, like if in a year's time I still look the exact same, then fine. But ideally, I just feel like I want to kind of start that next chapter in a different way, if you know what I mean. And so I've got like the next kind of half a year to really do that, and to like really make those changes. One of my friends started a weight loss journey in August, I want to say, and she has lost an incredible amount of weight. And the thing is that I don't want this, I will maybe insert a little trigger warning on the screen actually before when I'm editing, because I should have said that, but I know that weight absolutely doesn't define you. And it's not just it, for me it's the health as well. It's like I want to be able to run after my kids, like, and I want them to run after me, and I want us to like, I don't know, I want to run around soft play and not get like absolutely worn out. I want to like, I don't know, I just want to be fitter for them. I want to live longer for them. Like, what is that noise? It's Ollie hoovering the windows upstairs. They're really condensation-y, and I can hear him, even though I'm in the caravan. But yeah, I very much, if I'm having a bad day or a bad mental patch, like I will turn to food, or like if you're going out celebrating, you turn to food. Like I'm very much like, I don't have a very good relationship with food, and I don't know, I definitely think like, yeah, it's just not the best relationship. So I've done it before, I can do it again, but I just need to actually feel like I'm ready. I think before it was talking the talk, but like you have to really do have to want to do it, and like feel like you can do it, you have the capacity to do it. Because let's face it, like cooking healthier and stuff, and to be fair, I do cook decent meals because the kids eat them, so like I want them to eat healthy meals. So it's not the meals as such, but it's silly things like the kids, I'll make their breakfast and I'll make their lunch, and I'll, you know, put all the food groups on there and make sure I do it really, really well for them. But I don't make myself, like I could literally just make myself the same and be doing better than now, where I literally don't eat a meal all day until dinner, and I just snack on rubbish all day, and that's like not a good place to be in. So yeah, this year I really, really do want to try and lose some weight, but just be healthier, be fitter. So that's kind of me. My mental health, I am very much, it very much links with my cycle. I definitely really struggle when it's like the week or so before my period, and I don't mean just like a bit of PMS, I mean like I am depressed, like I really, really struggle. And then I start my period and it's like so much better immediately. That's like one side of it, but then there is the other side that is, I do still have like down patches as well. and you can never really know when they're going to come, and you never really know when they're going to go. I think I'm just someone, well, like I definitely do suffer with depression. Like I have been diagnosed with recurrent depression that tends to link around a similar time of year every year. Ollie is just hoovering the window. And yeah, it's something that I do definitely still struggle with, and I got myself in quite a good space. During lockdown, actually, I was having regular therapy, and it was the best thing ever for me. But yeah, I definitely would like to work on myself again in that way. But that's that for like me, little old me. In terms of holidays, we had quite a few little trips this year. Nothing like, well, I say nothing mega. We did quite a cool trip. We to start with though, we did a few like haven type holidays. We had 2 weddings to go to down south, which we combined with little trips away, because we're always looking to do little trips away like that anyway. So one was in Bournemouth for my friend Brogan and Benji's wedding party, and then one was in like near Brighton for my friends Jen and Duncan's wedding party. So that was really, really lovely. A nice little start. I think that was kind of like March, April time, I want to say. I think that was the first kind of 2 trips we went on. They were quite close together. And then actually no, they can't have been then, they must have been after. I thought they were the start of the year, but no, we went to Paris for my 30th birthday. We did like, was it Monday? I'm rubbish at remembering. I feel like we did like Monday to Friday at the Village Nature Centre Parks, just outside of Paris. It's like 10 minutes away from Disneyland Paris. So we did that, enjoyed the park there, which was incredible. I would definitely go back. We had like a really nice room and stuff. It was lovely. And then we did 2 days in Disney. And then we drove on the Friday to Belgium and did Friday to Monday in a place called Parc de Han, which was another centre park. So we had like a nice week away doing that for my 30th birthday, which was amazing. And then, yeah, we've done a couple of other havens as well. We recently just got back just last week. When did we get back? I'm filming this on Friday and we got back on Monday, I want to say, from a festive week at a haven in Kent, which we combined with like seeing loads of friends and family. Obviously we go back down south to like London loads as well during the year to see friends and family. So we've kind of, I feel like we do get out like at least once a month. We're like somewhere, which I do really enjoy, but sometimes I do also feel like we overbook ourselves and it would be nice to spend more time at home. But I do love getting out and adventuring, and I'm sure if I was home more I would be wanting to get away more as well. So that's like the 2024 trips. I also did went to see Taylor Swift with my friend, which was amazing, and we did 2 nights away for that as well to like stay nearby. That wasn't like a planned trip. I mean, I started the year not being a Swiftie and I ended the year a fully fledged Swiftie. Yeah, we had a lovely year in terms of trips. For the house, can't even remember what stage we were at. I feel like this time last year we were just decorating the caravan, but I say that as I like the caravan literally looks the exact same behind me, but we decorated like that end where it's like the office. So we've put all lino down in here, like herringbone type vinyl flooring. We've got the desk in here, like we painted it white, like the ceilings and stuff, and it's made a difference. Like this end is still obviously a lot more dated, like the sofa covers and stuff, but in terms of like a working space, it's a lot nicer now. So I think we were doing that this time last year. Since then I think we've decorated Buzz's bedroom. So we did decorate his bedroom, and then he swapped bedrooms with Otis. When Otis came out of ours, he went into Buzz's existing one, which he had decorated already, and then Buzz went into the bigger bedroom, which used to be an office, but now this is our office. So we had to decorate Buzz's room, so we did that, and that made such a difference again. We've just done the living room, which has made honestly the biggest difference to like how I feel about the house. It feels so much more like our home now. So that's lovely. We've had new carpets in the living room, up the stairs and the landing, and it's just been such like just yeah a big change, and that's only recently, like last month, happened. So yeah, I feel like we've done a fair amount. Obviously the last space we really want to do is the kitchen. I mean, we moved into this house thinking we were going to do an extension, like a massive one, basically doubling the size of the house, if not more. We don't have the money for that, honestly. And then we thought we'd have an extension out the back, but even then Ollie's like, Shan, it's quite a lot of money, like my brother was saying to me, like, you know, the amount you'd be adding onto the value of the house isn't necessarily worth the amount you'd spend on adding an extension. Like, you might not get that money back. But then we're quite like, well, if we had the extension, I don't see that we would need to move. Like, yes, it's still a small house by a lot of people's standards, but we love it. And like, the road we live on is so cute. Like, I love our town so much. Like, we are very, very happy here. So yeah, to me, it's like, well, it would be worth it for our situation, like, if what it's worth to us, you know what I mean? But yeah, I still don't know if we could actually afford that. I think when it comes to remortgaging, not this August, the August after, we might see if we can take some money out. But yeah, it's really just up in the air. Like, I'm only on a 1-year contract, which is due to end in the middle of March. So I don't know where I'm going to be job-wise and like all of that. But for the meantime, we've basically said, like, there's a wall we want to knock down in the house. But again, Ollie's like, we might as well just do that all in one go. Like, when we're doing it, I don't know. It's so hard to know where to start and what decisions to make. But we've basically said we might try and just like literally do up the kitchen in terms of like rip off the old wallpaper, just give it a fresh lick of paint, try and like find some like old other people's, you know, like used kitchen like cupboard doors, because ours are very dated, they're not easy to upcycle. But even if they were just like plain or like shaker style, or we can probably get some new ones, not that expensive, or ex display, just to fit on our existing units, just to do like a very cheap do up of the kitchen, just so it feels like a better space. Like, it's really dark, the back door is like a solid brown, it's got like no windows, and it blocks out, like, our garden is so sunny, and it just blocks out all of the light, and it just feels dingy. Like, it's the one room of the house now that just feels like, I don't know, just cold. So yeah, who knows what we're going to do with that, but we'll see. Let's see what this video says in a year's time. Family and friendships. So for family, in the kind of first quarter of the year, first third of the year, my nephew was incredibly unwell in hospital, and oh my god, it was really awful. Like, he was super duper poorly, and it literally just took over my mind for like just months of just worrying about him, and like, it really changed me and how I was functioning. Obviously it wasn't about me, but this video is about me. And just having him, knowing he was like in hospital so poorly, and there was literally nothing I could do to help him. And then like, I was really struggling to be empathetic, which is not something I struggle with. I am far too empathetic as a person usually, but when he was going through something so horrendous, if a friend would like talk to me about something that at the time seemed really trivial to me, I would find it hard, because I'd be like, do you know he's in hospital, like fighting for his life? Like, truth, like honestly, it was just awful. And yeah, it was just a really, I felt like life couldn't, like, it was just on hold. Like, he just needed to get better. Like, it was just awful. He's doing so much better now. I'm not going to talk anymore about him, because it's not my business to share on here, not my life, but he is doing so much better. But it is kind of something at the back of our heads, I guess. But yeah, that was like a massive perspective shifter. And it just makes you just feel so lucky for what you have and who you have, and just, yeah, puts things into perspective basically. So that was like a massive thing that happened this year. On a lighter note, I continue to like grow some lovely friendships up here in Nottingham, which has been really nice. I have found some really great friends, but I just still feel like I've got room for more. Like, I just would love, and I don't know if I said this last year, but like, and I feel like it's one of those things that's like kind of embarrassing to say, but I guess I'm kind of still new here in a way, like not super new, but new enough, like especially moving to a small town where I feel like everyone went to school together. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone knows everyone and has done for years. Like, they don't need new friends. But I would just love to find like a mum or two, like honestly, my friend Amy, if you've like followed me on Instagram or whatever, you would have seen her, or she's probably been in vlogs before, but the relationship that I have with her and like the relationship that our kids have, like, I want that up here. Like, I want a friend up here that we can literally just go to each other's house like during the week, the kids can play, like absolutely tear the house apart, but they're having a great time, and we can like sit and chat and like be like, oh, do you want to stay for dinner, you know, just like a friend to parent with. Like, I want that so badly. I miss her so much. get emotional. Because when I used to live down south, we still live like far away, but we could still make that happen. Like we kind of had Wednesdays together, and it just makes parenting easier. It just makes it feel a bit like you're less alone. And don't get me wrong, like I have found some amazing friends up here, but like Abby, for example, she's a great friend, but she works like all the time during the week, so like that's not really something that we can do. My lovely friend Kay, like I adore her, but she lives like an hour away, and she's like a super boss, like business owner. Like, she's busy doing changeovers and all of that, and like yeah, it's lovely, and like I love the time we spend together, but I would just love to find someone in this town or like close that we can just do it with, you know, do this life with. So who knows, you never know who's going to walk into your life and when. So this time last year, I guess, I didn't even have the job that I had now. I was still very much, was I on like maternity? Had I started doing some worky stuff? I can't remember, but basically I kind of made the decision at the start of the year. It kind of came with, because we were doing our remortgage in August, and it's hard to remortgage as a self-employed person, especially like where I'd been off on maternity and like all of that. It was just a lot, so it made sense for me to get like a paid job just to make the paperwork easier, and also just have a regular income. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I first started my business and like the good couple of years after, it was going really, really well. Like I was making more than I'd made in any other job I'd made before, but it's not been that way. Like COVID and stuff, it was really, really good. I think people had more spare income, like a lot of people did, and they were, you know, buying bits and bobs, little pick-me-ups, deliveries coming through. Like yeah, it was doing really well. And then it kind of slowly stopped doing so well, and I think a lot more people started doing what I was doing and undercutting me massively. I think a lot of people start it up but don't necessarily do it properly in terms of like paying taxes and stuff, so they can charge a lot less, and it makes it really hard for people who do have to pay those things to make money, basically. In terms of my actual job, like I said, I've on a 1-year contract. I got my job in the middle of March. Well, that's when I started, and yeah, I don't really want to say like who I work for or anything, just because that's like, you know, private, but I work for a really lovely company. Honestly, they're so just decent. So yeah, I really, really am hoping that my contract gets renewed. I don't know if it's going to. They won't let me know until like 4 to 6 weeks before it's due to end. So yeah, I'll be absolutely gutted if it doesn't renew. Yeah, I will be gutted, but I guess you just got to remember that everything happens for a reason, and if that happens, that happens. But yeah, that is my job. Like I'm very, very grateful to be in a job that I just know how hard these kind of jobs are to come by. So yeah, for now I'm really, really enjoying that side of it. Kids are just great. Like they are great. We are in such a lovely phase right now where Otis isn't like going through any leaps or like tantrums as such or anything. Like pretty much, like, touch wood, every single day just goes by without like anything. Like Buzz has never been a tantrumer really. Like he's had like a handful ever. He's just such a chilled, lovely, like he's really insightful and like empathetic, and he's just like my little mate. Like he's honestly just my little buddy. He does what he's told. Like he's just like, he is honestly great. And then Otis is definitely a little bit cheekier. Like you can definitely see it, and he's had a few more tantrums and stuff than Buzz would have had at this age. But he is just hilarious, and I don't want you to think I'm like comparing them, like putting one against the other or whatever. Like it's obviously a natural thing to do, but it doesn't mean one is better than the other in any way. It's just so incredible how different they can be. But Otis is a delight as well. Like honestly, like again, touch wood, the sleep is amazing. Like I'm just so lucky. Like, and I know with everything it's a phase. We could go back into an awful phase again with sleep or whatever, but generally we are like thriving as a family, and that's why I think I feel like I've got more head space to maybe think about me a little bit more. But yeah, they're just great. Like we've had such a beautiful Christmas, like just the four of us, and we just truly enjoy each other's company so much. Like at soft play today, the 4 of us just going around together, like I just kept catching Ollie's eye and like welling up at just like, this is my life, these are my boys. And yeah, relationship wise with Ollie, don't get me wrong, like we have our moments. I feel like I'm a very sensitive person, and when he's off work, like it's the best. The stress that comes into our life is from his work, and so it's hard to not begrudge that a little bit, because it does cause him a lot of stress. But obviously, like that's very normal, and I'm grateful that he is in a job, obviously, but yeah, like right now things are amazing because he's off work, and he's off work until like the new year, and it's amazing. But when it's like a day to day, like I guarantee you, like the day he goes back to work, like we'll clash again, because he gets really stressed and he'll come home and he'll be in like not a great mood, and I take it really personally, which I know I shouldn't, but like I'm so excited to see him, and the kids are really excited to see him, and if he comes home like not in a good mood, it's a bit annoying. And I'm sure it's annoying for him to come home from us, who've just like in his eyes had a really nice easy day whilst he's been at work really stressed. Like I totally get both of our sides, but it doesn't make it easier in the moment. I really, and I say this all the time, I really do want to like prioritize us more and more. He's actually, for Christmas, he got me, I forgot to mention it on my what I got for Christmas, his like main present to me was tickets to see the Book of Mormon in Nottingham. It's coming in the summer, it's touring here, and he's like arranged for the kids to be at nursery for the whole day that day. So he's just booked a matinee, because then we don't have to like get a babysitter and like have the stress of that. But he's booked a matinee, and the kids will be at school, and we can go out before, he said, for like a little like boozy brunch, or just a brunch, or whatever we want, and then afterwards we can have a little drink after if there's time, get the kids and crack on with our parenting after that. But honestly, it's like the best gift. Like I love the theatre more than anything, and I know that he is quite indifferent to it to be honest. I've made him see a lot of shows with me, and I think he finds them okay, but like he's not fussed. So I really am grateful that we're going to see that, and so yeah, things like that are just really important. I think that's everything I wanted to reflect on for 2024. This is actually turning into a much longer video than I'd planned, but like looking into 2025, I guess I'm going to kind of cover the same topics, but like looking forward, the kids, I'm very, very aware that this is Buzz's like last year, but not even a whole year until he's at school. Like in September he'll be at school. My little buddy won't be with please tell me if you're a mum, did you feel like this? And I know that I'm in a position where I'm with him like all through the week, and a lot of people work full time or a lot away from their kids, so they've maybe already had this like transition. But for me, the thought of not being with him like all day every day, and he does go to nursery 2 days a week, don't get me wrong, but like it just feels very different. Like to have to be somewhere every day, like it's not like, oh, he's unwell or doesn't, I mean, obviously if he's unwell he doesn't go to school, but like, oh, he doesn't feel like it, or like, oh, we can get there a bit later because he's, you know, they're sleeping in, or, you know, like the idea of having to be somewhere every single day at a certain time. So this is going to be like a lifestyle change in that, but just like not being with him, I don't know, I just feel really aware that like this time has absolutely flown, and I really want to make this next however many months just really special quality time together, obviously with Otis too, and Ollie when he's not at work. But yeah, that is just very much on my mind, and yeah, they're just great. I just if we could carry on just how we are with the kids, where they're just, I don't know, we all get on really well and just love being together, then I will be a happy mummy. I want Otis to start swimming. That's something I definitely want to do this year. Buzz only started in March. He'd never had swimming lessons before then. So he started back in March, and Ollie takes him on a Saturday morning. Otis and I sometimes go and watch. Other times me and Otis stay home and he'll play, and I'll like do some housework and whatever, or we'll have some one-on-one time, me and Oates. But from when Buzz turns 4, he can do swimming lessons in the pool without a parent, like just with the teacher in there. So that's only like next month. So we're thinking that maybe I'm going to try and move his lesson to a weekday, and then he'll carry on doing that, and like me and Otis can just watch him from the side, and then on a Saturday morning Ollie
or maybe pick up a lesson with Otis instead. And I was worried that that might make Buzz feel pushed out, but I figured when Otis goes to a swimming lesson with Ollie on a Saturday morning, I can take Buzz for like a little coffee or to a soft play or to the library or whatever he wants to do, just have some mummy and Buzz time. So I think that will be the plan for that. I'd also really like him to start, there's like a rugby club in our town, and on a Sunday morning they do like a little rugby kids class, and I'd really like him to start that. It is when I work though on a Sunday morning, so it would mean Ollie having to like get out and take him, but I do think it'd be good for all of them to like have somewhere to be and to like get out rain or shine and burn off some energy. So that's something that I need to kind of speak with Ollie about and see if he thinks that's a good idea. But yeah, I definitely think he could benefit from like doing another little class, because A, it's like a helpful, you know, build up to starting school where he's like seeing new people, and B, it's just great for him. Like he's got so much energy, and he, you know, he's a little boy that loves sports, so I think that would be great for him. Seem to have kind of answered a lot of the 2025 stuff in the 2024. But something we do want to do, yeah, we've said about the kitchen, cheap replacement floor, cupboard doors, lick of paint. I think that's where we're going to be for this year, hopefully, and then maybe next year, if we can get some money out, look into other options. But I just think it would make a big difference to how we all feel if that room is just a bit brighter. And then the other thing that I want to focus on in this year is the garden. When we moved in this house, the garden was stunning. Like the guy who we bought off said that they'd like won awards for their garden and stuff, like little local awards, but still they put so much care and love into it, and we have not. Like I just think having young kids again sometimes can feel like it's hard to find the time. If I had a clue what I was doing, it's something I definitely could be out doing whilst the kids are playing in the garden, but I pull a few weeds and then I'm like, I don't know what's a weed or a plant, or but like I just don't know. But yeah, I really want the garden to have a focus this year, but also specifically the kids play area. We did do a little like makeover of it like a year ago, which was fine, but actually we used the wrong flooring. We used like a wood chip, and it's like a play bark type thing, but it's just like I feel like cats poo on it. So what we want to do is we want to like astro that area of the garden, just like, sorry, I'm looking at it because I'm looking at it, but at the minute like we've got like a little climbing frame, but Buzz doesn't really go on it because it's like on the wood chip that's a bit like, could be spiders in there, could be poo, like, you know, it's just not nice. It's become an area that we don't really go into, and it's just like there's still some like bushes and stuff that Ollie wanted to leave in, but I feel like we need to just like rip up everything in that little rectangle and just have it like astroed, and then all of their play equipment, and like if they want to get a trampoline, you know, things like that, just to be their space. Have the tough tray up there, so we can get our patio back a little bit as well, because there's just always like bloody cars. So I sprained my ankle on the patio on a bloody train. I stepped on that and twisted my ankle, sprained my ankle, whatever. Want to do a play area. And then holidays. We actually just booked a holiday yesterday, and I'm really excited because it's a holiday we've not done in a really long time. So our two last big holidays have been Disney World, which is a bloody privilege. I absolutely appreciate that. We went in 2020 when we got married out there, and then we went back in 2022 for Ollie's 30th. We've got no plans to go back. We want to, like, we absolutely want to, and we really want to with family as well. But the financial situation isn't like there for it at the minute. I really want to though, and I really want to whilst like my nephews are still at an age where they want to go away with us, like, because that won't last forever. And yeah, I would love to kind of all do a big family trip to Disney World at some point. I think we had said like 2026, so you know there's still hope, but yeah, we'll see about that. But otherwise we haven't been on a plane in a long time other than those two Disney World trips. Like Ollie and I used to do a lot of little city breaks, like Copenhagen, Stockholm, things like that. We went to Costa Rica, which was our first and only all-inclusive we've been to as a couple, I think. And that's the holiday I got engaged on. And we really loved it, but it's always felt like since we've been parents that like a holiday like that wouldn't have made sense. It would have been too stressful with like when we just had Buzz, and like now we've got Otis. Like Ollie just was not interested in going on an aeroplane, even though when we flew to Florida when Buzz was like 18 months old or however old he was a dream. yeah, Ollie's just wanted to do like driving holidays, and that's absolutely fine. But we had a little talk, and he was like, yeah, how the kids are at the minute, like I absolutely would go on a holiday like that with them. I feel like it'd be lovely. And so yeah, I didn't hang around. I spent like a day on TUI looking at pricing up different things, and yeah, I found a hotel in Gran Canaria, which I've never been to. Gran Canaria, is that what it's called? I think. I've never been to. I think it said it's like a 4-hour-ish flight. We're flying from East Midlands, so it's only like 35 minutes away from us, the airport. The transfer time from the airport in Gran Canaria to the hotel is only like 15-20 minutes, like, so it should be quite a nice easy journey with the kids. We're going for 10 nights. We're going in May, and it's going to be amazing. Just so excited. So I'm very nervous though. I have become a nervous flyer because we don't fly that much. It's become something I've got more and more nervous about as I've got older, but I'm not going to let it stop me ever, because I want to make these memories. So that's really exciting. We're doing a Butlins break in February for Buzz's birthday, like toddler Butlins break, Monday to Friday, so that'll be really nice. I would like to do like Peppa Pig Land this year and Diggerland as like a day out, things like that. But yeah, that's kind of the plans. I've got some concerts booked. I'm going to see McFly and Busted, and going to see Yumi at 6, so that'll be really nice. But yeah, in terms of plans, I think that's everything we've got planned. My little date day to the theatre with Ollie now. But yeah, I just feel really positive about this year, as long as I don't think about the fact that Buzz is starting school at the end of it, because that breaks my heart. But I think it's quite normal to feel that way, maybe. But yeah, I've spoken for a very long time, so I'm going to stop waffling now. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you've not spent too much of your dedicated time. I hope I've just been on in the background while you've been like cleaning your sink or something. But yeah, thank you for listening. Let me know below anything you'd like to. If you want to share any reflections on your 2024, let me know your best bits, and let me know what you're looking forward to in 2025, and I will speak to you very, very soon for another video. Bye guys. Mwah.